Hello, friends, and welcome. My name is Popeye, and today we're playing some more Steins Gate. Hello, Samuses. We just start with the sad music. It's how it always starts. So, last time we went on like the world's worst date with Lukako here. We then did her bad route, where we basically decide we can't go back in time and make her into a guy. So instead, what happens? She goes back in time so that we can go to the Kamiket. I can't remember exactly what they call it in this game. The comic book anime convention thing. She gets pictures of it, and she also wanted to be the same as us, that she has time traveled and sort of retains those memories outside of causality. But eventually, it seems like they end up getting married and have a kid. So that's the bad ending. Today we'll be getting the quote-unquote, I guess, good ending for her, where we change her back into a dude. And we'll begin Chapter 9, which is the second last chapter in the game. Just 9 and 10 left, and then we'll redo 10 for the two alternate endings. We're not going to answer your question. Instead, we're just gonna, call the phone wave. Bye! Lukako places her finger on top of mine, on top of the send button. Okay, that jumped us up a whole 7.07. And we got the achievement for completing that chapter. And we're on to Chapter 9. The warmth of Lukako's hand slips away as the vertigo hits me. I'm still at the shrine. I no longer feel Lukako clinging to my back. I turn around, slowly. Lukako standing a short distance away, as if to see me off. No tears, just a bewildered smile. My chest feels like it's about to burst, but I hold it back.
Na, Lukako.
Hi.
Omae wa?
I hesitate for a moment, but I have to know.
Otoko da yo na?
はい、そうですけど。
She is gone. He has returned. Cuter than any girl. Looks good in Miko robes. But he's a guy. I bite my lip.
お前は俺のこと好きか？
いきなり何を？
What would you do if Lukako just said yes?
好きか？
その尊敬してます。
Respects me? I don't deserve his respect. We agree for once! But that's not what matters now. Lukako's answer seemed clear, but wasn't. He didn't answer the question.
男に戻ったら岡部さんへのこの気持ち封印しなくちゃいけないから。
Useful flashbacks, because they're from the last episode for once, and not from... Actually, if we had done just the good route and skipped the bad end, this would be from about 5 minutes ago. Lukako might still like me, even though he's a guy again. However, he'll never speak honestly about those feelings. This is what Lukako decided for himself, It would be wrong to pry any further. Maybe I'm just running away. Maybe I should pry. Force him to confront his feelings. But I'm not strong enough to accept the consequences. I'll just end up hurting Lukiko.
ありがとう。お前にはこれからもずっと俺の弟子でいてほしい。それでいいか？
はい、もちろんです。
I look away, unable to bear his shy smile. The world line has changed. Lukiko is a guy again. Which means the IBN 5100 should be here at the shrine. On the previous world line, girl Lukiko broke the IBN 5100 while cleaning the storehouse. But guy Lukiko didn't clean the storehouse. He never broke the IBN 5100. 6:46 p.m. Judging by past experience, it's very likely that I've averted Mayuri's death for today. Just in case, I should get back to the lab within the hour.
ルカ子、お前は去年この神社の倉庫で古いパソコンを壊した覚えがあるか？
古いパソコンですか？そんなものうちにはなかった気がしますけど。僕パソコンはよくわからなくて、ろくに触ったこともないんです。
When Lukiko was a girl, she trembled when I asked her the same question. And then she forced a smile as if to avoid admitting that she broke the computer. But he's not trembling now. Lukiko honestly doesn't know.
父上に会わせてくれ。
I asked Lukiko to fetch his father for me, so I can ask him whether or not the IBN 5100 was in the storehouse.
古いパソコン？確かにそんな記憶がありますね。見てきましょう。ちょっと待っていてください。
He heads into the storeroom out back, just like on the previous world line. On the previous world line, the IBN 5100 was no longer in the storehouse, since girl Lukiko had secretly moved it. How will it turn out this time? Luca's dad returns after about 10 minutes. His expression is grave. That's all the answer I need. Nothing has changed.
見つかりません。なくなっています。
I quickly glance at Lukiko's face. Blank. He doesn't seem to know anything. Lukiko is innocent. I'm sure of it.
倉庫の鍵が壊されていました。何者かが持ち去ったかもしれません。
持ち去った？
Didn't disappear? A thief took it?
重いものを引きずったような跡がありました。年末に大掃除をした時にはあんな跡はありませんでしたし、鍵も1ヶ月ほど前にたまたま確認した時は壊されていませんでした。まさか泥棒に入られるとは。
じゃあ警察に届けないと。
While they discuss what to do, I sigh and consider the situation.
倉庫にないと意味がないんだ。
IBN 5100 is still out of reach. There are 2 D-mails left to cancel. Something tells me that if I cancel just one more, I can get the IBN 5100. But which one?
岡部さん、なんだかよくわからないですけど、気を落とさないでください。そんなことどうでもいいの精神ですよ。
I chuckle. Lukiko's so adorable when he's trying to cheer me up. But he's a guy.
その言葉、使い方が間違っているぞ。
I wave goodbye and leave the shrine. 2 D-mails remain. First, the one I sent to myself with the winning Lotto 6 numbers. That one should be easy to cancel. Problem is the other one. The one sent by someone I wish I could forget. Moeka. I wonder which is the one we need to cancel. Seems like a really difficult decision. I know the gist of her D-mail, since she sent it as part of our early experiments. Moeka asked to send a D-mail. I agreed under 2 conditions. First, make the contents simple enough that the D-mail's effect would be obvious. Second, make the contents public to all lab mems. Yeah, obviously we need to cancel the lotto numbers. Clearly what happened is when we got the ticket, Lukako did get the correct one with all the winning money, and then she, took it home and, remastered it or something. Or someone else at the labs took all that money and blew it on something else. We really did win. Moeka ended up sending a D-mail to prevent herself from buying a new phone a few days prior. This is Speedy Fingers McGee here. You'd have no idea what she sent. She can send an entire essay in 0.2 seconds. She easily could have changed that mail. The D-mail was sent to July 31st, an easy date to remember. The question is how it relates to the theft of the IBN 5100. The essay would still have to fit. This is true. What's our limit? I can't remember how many characters it was, but it's not a lot. Must be the butterfly effect, as it was with Lukako's D-mail. This time, however, I will not hesitate to do what is necessary. Kiryu Moeka does not deserve my sympathy. That woman and her men have killed Mayuri more times than I can bear to remember. I will show her no mercy. He says this even though he already tried to kill her once and was not able to do it. It's just one problem. Cancellation D-mail needs to be sent from Moeka's own phone. I don't think a message from me telling her not to change phones would sway Moeka's intentions in the slightest. I need her phone, but I don't know where to find her. What do I do? I return to the lab and set things up so I can time leap at a moment's notice. Fortunately, that isn't necessary.
今日はほとんど何も食べてなかったからずっとペコペコだったんだよ。明日もあるの？うん、明日だけじゃなくて明後日もあるの。
Larry just got back from Kamima 30 minutes ago. He and Chris, who stayed behind at the lab, just finished eating cup noodles. It's already past 8, and so far, nothing has happened. Mayuri is still alive. Going by the pattern, her death has probably been postponed until about this time tomorrow. Is this the will of some higher being, God, fate, the universe itself? Whoever's controlling our Sims? Or is it merely coincidence? That doesn't matter now.
さてさて、マユシーは明日早いからもう帰るね。
Mayuri takes a big stretch and starts getting ready to go home. Been up since 5 this morning. Looks like she plans to wake up early tomorrow, too. That reminds me, I haven't seen Daru at all. He's fighting in the Kamima Holy War, too, so that doesn't surprise me. Busy checking his spoils, I guess.
ねえねえ、クリスちゃんやオカリンはコミマ行かないの？
俺はパスだが、助手が行きたいそうだ。
はあ？
She jumps up at my answer.
ちょっと岡部、何勝手に捏造してんのよ。
さっきまで興味津々な様子でマユリのコスプレ話を聞いていたではないか。
そうだけど、誰も行くとは言ってない。行こうよ、クリスちゃん。
I know that Chrissy was an at-channeler, but is she an otaku? Not all at-channelers are otaku. She's often hinted at an interest in cosplay.
お断りよ。人が多すぎて息が詰まりそう。今日と比べるとね、2日目はそんなに多くないよ。午後から来れば快適そのものなんだから。人気のある同人誌なんかは売り切れちゃうけどね。岡部がついてきなさいよ。あんた、マユリの保護者でしょ？違うよ。マユシーはね、
オカリンの人質？
あ、はいはい。そうだったな。
I love how nonchalant people are about her being a hostage. You really should not be.
まずいでしょ。手錠でもかけて同行すれば？
俺にはこの秋葉でやらなければならないことがある。
何よ、やらなきゃならないことって。
Search for Kiryu Moeka. I already sent her an email. We need to talk. Now I'm waiting her reply. Did you really? You did. Cool. Good job, game. You got it right this time. Something tells me it's not gonna work.
無言ってことは単に行きたくないだけか。
クリスティーナ、話がある。
また？相変わらず唐突ね。
またとはどういう意味だ？
別に。
なに話ってね、最近オカリンとクリスちゃん仲良しさんだよね。いつも二人で話し込んでるもん。マユシーも秘密の会議に参加したい気持ちでいっぱいです。
タイムリープマシンについての協議をしているだけだ。おそらくマユリが参加してもちんぷんかんぷんだと思うぞ。
Not entirely accurate, but not a lie either.
そしてこれからクリスティーナに話そうとしているのはいかにしてこいつを小見舞い行かせるかという内容だ。マユリを期待して待っていろ。ふーはははは。
Does his laugh just get shorter and shorter each chapter? As like part of his like old dick soul dies. Mary waits in the lab as I take Christo outside.
というわけでクリスティーナ、
小見間に行くつもりはないから。
お前さっきまたと言ったな。ここでこうして1対1での相談を何度もしているということで間違いないか？
ついに記憶に錯乱が見られるようになったか。狂気のマッドサイエンティストさんはアセチルコリンが減少してるんじゃない？
Okay, time to learn about neuroscience. Acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter. Acetylcholine levels in the hippocampus increase when learning or remembering. Yay! This will be on the test after this playthrough. Hope everyone's taking notes. I got all my notes right here, you know. Need to know different hippocampuses, HTML, Hun's rule, you know, all that stuff. It'll be on the test. If there isn't an actual test, you will cry. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard for me to go, okay, let's pull out, okay, what's the difference between hippocampus and hippocampus CA3?
真面目に答えろ。
あんた、なんか変よ。
頼む。答えてくれ。
答えるも何も、岡部がさっき言った通りよ。もう 4,5 回くらいこうして外に出て2人でタイムリープマシンをどうするかについて話してる。
You know a streamer who actually did make a test based on his streams? It's amazing. I had a professor who at the end of like his tests would have a bonus question about just like random stories he told about his life. So it would be like coding, and then the last question would be, in the year 2003, where did my wife and I go on holiday? And you had to know the answer was France. And if you did, you got a bonus mark.
俺がタイムリープしていることについては。
For an instant, Christo opens her eyes wide in surprise. Funny thing, that streamer accidentally DDoSed the site he was using. Amazing. But then she gives me an angry glare.
してるの？
I nod.
かれこれ10回以上だ。
A dozen times is putting it very, very lightly. Even if we ignore all the bad endings we've done, he's probably time-leapt... How many times? I would say at least 50.
え？そんなに？何勝手な真似してんのよ。
Looks like she doesn't know anything about Lukiko or my shifting between world lines. That's only natural. So far, I've changed world lines a total of 3 times. Let's call the first world line where Mayuri died Alpha 1. The world line where Ferris and I fought the viral attackers is Alpha 2. The world line where I dated girl Lukiko is Alpha 3. And now I'm on Alpha 4. From my perspective, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, and Alpha 3 were undone by my D-mails. For Chris and everyone else in Alpha 4, those world lines are nothing but separate, intangible possibilities to begin with. I guess I have to explain everything again. I sigh heavily, then begin.
おおむね把握した。
After I'm done, Chrissy sighs and lightly pats my arm.
あんまり無茶しないで。
助手に励まされるとは屈辱だな。
なんで屈辱なのよ。せっかく優しくしてやったのに。ほんといちいち偉そうだな、あんた。
同情などいらない。すべては俺の軽率な行動が起こしたことだ。自業自得なんだ。って助手にこの話をするのはかれこれ4回目か5回目くらいだが、毎回こうやって自虐的になるな。
岡部、
俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしてくれ。おそらくマユリは明日死ぬ。どんな死に方かはわからない。
Mayuri stays away from the lab. She can probably avoid running into Moeka and her men. Doesn't matter though, she'll die all the same. All Alpha World lines converge on her death. Escaping the attractor field is the only way to save her.
お前には悪いと思う。
Could you imagine if at the end of this game, he gets to the Beta World line, and instead of Mayuri dying, everyone else dies? And he's just like, well, I have a choice to make now.
だからコミマに行けって言ったのか。
死は回避できない。抵抗は無駄だ。お前は見届けて俺に連絡するだけでいい。
And this Okabe isn't the one who did the bad Lukiko ending, so he doesn't know that previously she died from a heart attack at Kamima.
お前からの連絡が来たら。
Or at least that's what we think it was. I don't think there was ever like an autopsy we are privy to.
マユリが死ぬのが分かっていながら何もできないなんて。全然実感が湧かないけど事実なんでしょうね。あんたの目を見ればわかる。大丈夫？
大丈夫じゃない。マユリを助けるためにはまだ。
マユリのこともそうだけど。
Chrissy interrupts me.
私が聞いたのはあんたのこと。
I wish like behind us we could see our reflection in like the glass and see just like how dead our face looks inside.
俺がどうしたって。
あんまり気負いすぎないで。
It's rare for her to look so concerned for
言
me.
っただろ。俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしろと。俺は明日桐生萌香を探す。
Mayuri doesn't die tomorrow. I can postpone the time leap. Mayuri does die tomorrow. I'll return to the past no matter
で
what.
きればマユリに痛い思いをさせたくないがな。
だったら今からタイムリープしちゃえばいい。
この世界線においていつがデッドラインなのか、それを見極めておかないと計画をうまく立てられないだろう。
こんなこと言うとなんだけど、私はマユリが死ぬところなんて見たくない。
Oh, we know. We've seen Mayuri die. What, like half a dozen times?
気持ちはわかるが頼めるのはお前しかいない。
ずいぶん信用されてるのね。
何しろお前は俺の助手だからな。
Chrissy forces a laugh at my feeble attempt at a joke.
偉そうに。
We have our plan. Christy will go to her first Kamima. Mary will be so delighted when I tell her the news. Got a mail. Oh, we got several mails. Mayuri, I'm off. Morning, Okarin. I'm heading off now. 5:36 a.m. I know those feels. Assistant from 612. Headed out. Joined up with Mayuri. We're heading out to Ariake. Kinda excited. Lol. And it takes them like a whole 2 hours to get there. Jeez. So many people. I had no idea it would be this crowded. Save me, Ors. I haven't seen Mayuri all day. I want to be with her, of course, but that's not possible. Moeka hasn't replied, which means I have to find her myself. Can we just call her? Nope. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about her. My only clue is Arc Rewrite, the company Moeka supposedly worked at. I find it after a quick search online. Sure enough, their business is producing articles for PC magazines. Luckily, their office is in Akiba. I try calling first, but it goes to voicemail. Guess they're still closed for the Obon holiday. Maybe it's just a bad time? I mean, we don't know exactly what time it is in the morning, but it's past 8, so they might not open till later. Looks like I've got no choice but to visit them in person. It's the second day of Kamima, and Akiba's deserted. Most of the otaku are lined up at Big Sight right now. I've experienced the craze of Kamima several times firsthand. It's literal war. It scares me whenever Mayuri goes alone. I can't help but imagine her being trampled by a horde of crazed otaku. In reality, Mayuri is surprisingly quick and tough. I've seen her weave through crowds like you wouldn't believe. I mean, Mayuri is clearly more agile and a lot more fit than we are, so I'm not surprised. Chrissy's the one more likely to get trampled. Yep. I can't help but feel sorry for her. Maybe it was wrong to ask her to go. I find the Arc Rewrite office in a fancy-looking building on the outskirts of Akiba. I'm just... Arc Rewrite. Yep. I take the elevator up. There's nobody there. I lean against the wall and wait. After about 30 minutes, a man dressed in a shirt and tie appears. I explain that I'm a relative of Kiryu Moeka, ask for her contact info. But he gives an unexpected answer. How is that unexpected? Surely, part of you must have thought to yourself, what if it's fake? I was expecting the like, how do I know you're her relative? I can't give you that information, just wait for her to show up. Damn, I've been tricked! Should have known better. Moeka's working for CERN. Of course her place of employment is fake. Is this the end of the line? Just as I'm about to turn around and leave, the man pounds his hand as if he remembered something.
確か2日だけ来て音信不通になったバイトの女がいたな。そいつが桐生って名前だったような。まだ履歴書残ってたかな。
Frantically bow my head and ask him to look for it. He's reluctant, but acquiesces. The address listed on the resume leads me to a beat-up old apartment. Not the sort of place you'd expect a single young woman to live. Also probably fake. I feel strange unease as I approach the apartment. For some reason, there's a police car parked in front of the complex. A uniformed officer is standing out front. And one room on the second floor, room 202, Moeka's, has a blue sheet covering the door. What's going on here? I walk up to the police officer.
すいません。あそこの部屋の人は引っ越したんですか？
あ？違うよ。
じゃあ、
君、関係者？
知り合いです。
何も聞いてないの？
Police officer looks uncomfortable. I mean, I'm uncomfortable just hearing this. The bad feeling in my gut is getting worse.
何が起きたんですか？
自殺だよ。
Suicide? But why?
それはいつ？
昨日だ。
そんな。
ご遺体は近くの千代田第三病院に運ばれてるはずだから。身寄りが誰もいないみたいでね。困ってたんだ。会いに行ってやってくれないかな。
I bow my thanks and leave. She's dead? Moeka's dead? What's going on? It doesn't make sense. Suicide? Moeka, who killed Mayuri in cold blood, committed suicide? Or is this part of the conspiracy? Could her own men have killed her and made it look like a suicide? Today is the 16th. Worldline Alpha 1, Moeka raided the lab on the 13th. 3 days have passed since then. Each time I change world lines, Mayuri's death gets pushed back one day. So does Moeka's raid. Hasn't happened yet on this world line. So, why did she die? I don't get it. This is the first time this has happened. How should I deal with this? What should I do? Squat on the ground and cradle my head in confusion. If Moeka is dead, maybe Mayuri doesn't have to die. No, I don't think Convergence is that kind. Fate demands Mayuri's death. Whenever I try to stop it, something interferes. True, I'm the one who meddled with the timeline, but haven't I paid the price already? How did this all happen? A few weeks ago, I was just a college student with severe case Snubio. Save for Mayuri's grandmother, I never experienced the death of anyone close to me. Death had no place in my life. How many times have I faced death these past 3 days? More, when you count the loops I've made. More when you count the bad endings we've made. My heart can't take it anymore. I don't know how much longer I can go on. One more. Just one more D-mail to cancel. If I can just get my hands on Moeka's phone.
タイムリープだ。
Moeka died yesterday around noon. I can go back to before that happened. The reason she died isn't important. Whether Mayuri's murderer kills her is of no concern to me. Kills herself is of no concern to me. I just need to cancel that D-mail. Upon returning to the lab, I casually look up at the second floor window. What I see shocks me to my core.
放電現象。
Someone is using the time leap machine. Who? Mayuri and Daru should be at Kamima. Not even Chrissy should be here. I asked her to escort Mayuri yesterday. Besides, she's against changing the past. So who? The building shakes. The vibration reaches the street. Can't let this happen. The timeline mustn't be tampered with again. We need to stop it now. I race up the stairs to the lab. By the time I get there, the shaking has stopped. I quietly peek into the development room. Nobody's there. The door was unlocked. Anyone could have walked right in. How could we be so careless? The time leap machine is still faintly warm. So somebody did use it. Who? Did they time leap? This is the first time someone else has used the time leap machine. Just to make sure, I check the X68000. As expected, the history's been erased. The same thing that happens when we send a D-mail. There's nothing I can do about this. It worries me, but I have to focus on Moeka. Okay. So, now we have a new thing to consider. I didn't think this game could break my head even more with time travel than it already did. But let's go there. So, we have Okabe here, and what are we on? Alpha 4. Now, in Alpha 4, someone else, potentially, has used the time leap machine to go back in time earlier in Alpha 4. If that person went back in time and changed something such that Alpha World 4, that they changed Alpha World 4 to something else. Alpha World 5, let's call it. Do we get moved to Alpha World 5? Does Alpha World 4 continue? And if so, can we go back in time far enough that we can stop the person who went back in time from changing Alpha World 4 into Alpha World 5? I don't know, and my brain hurts already. I set up the time leap machine. The maximum leap time is 48 hours. To leap more than that, you need to leap 48 hours and then leap again. The 42-inch CRT is on downstairs. That's plain as day since the discharge phenomenon just occurred. I put on the headgear. Preparations complete. Should I really leap now? Okay, so we have a choice here, and I'm going to choose not to leap because we get an extra scene. The end result will be the same, but we're going to do it just to get that extra scene so you can see it. Don't be ridiculous. Of course I should. Just a little more and I can save Mayuri once and for all. I know what'll happen if I don't leap now. Mayuri will die, and I will taste that pain and despair once again. And then I will leap. It's the same either way. I closed my phone. There's no need to rush. Calm down. I can endure the pain, if need be. I should exploit my one advantage, the time leap machine, to the fullest extent possible. That means knowing exactly when Mayuri will die. The pattern suggests that Mayuri's death should happen around 7 or 8 tonight. But things are a little different this time. Moeka killed herself before Mayuri was scheduled to die. How much influence will that have on Convergence? There's a chance Mayuri won't die. We might already have won. In that case, I shouldn't waste my effort time leaping. I have no obligation to save Moeka. I'll wait until Chris contacts me. It's 12:30 now. There's still about 7 hours left. I hear nothing but the slow, steady tick of the clock. The sound is echoing inside my head. Even if I plug my ears, it doesn't stop. I spent several hours searching for the IBN 5100, but as expected, I found nothing. I still can't imagine how Moeka's D-mail affected the computer's whereabouts. What does her phone model have to do with anything? Does keeping the same phone somehow tell her that there's an IBN 5100 at Yanabayashi Shrine? That doesn't make sense. Even the butterfly effect must have limits. On the other hand, truth is often stranger than fiction. Sometimes the simplest things have consequences that no one could ever imagine. So I can't rule it out entirely either.
結局何もわからないということか。
I twist my lip into a sneer of self-mockery. 7:46 p.m., the moment of truth. Mayuri is indeed fated to die today. I should be hearing from Kurisu soon. I hope nothing happens. All I ask, hear Mayuri's voice, know once and for all that she is safe. Okay, so we're gonna answer this.
もしもし
We could ignore it, and then basically we just got a bunch of extra text and no new information. But this is the extra scene.
こんなの
Kurisu is sobbing. So I know, even without asking, she saw Mayuri die.
私の目の前でマユリが死んだの。マユリが死
息してなくて全然返事もしないしマユリ
So it sounds like it's the same death as if we do the Lukako bad end, just a day later.
岡部私どうしたらいいのか助けてマユリが死んじゃった
すまなかった。辛い役目を押し付けて。
With that, I hang up the phone. Maybe it's because I didn't see it happen, or maybe my heart has simply grown numb. This time, I don't feel much pain. I hate myself for it. I pound my fist against the table. As expected, the deadline is around 8 PM on the 16th. Unless I change the world line before the time limit, Mayuri will die. There we go, we get the extra little report from Christina about the death. And we confirm the actual time of Mayuri's death and how it happens. I put on the headgear and activate the time leap machine. I must obtain Moeka's phone no matter what it takes. This time it's picking for me because it doesn't trust me not to ignore it. I make several consecutive leaps to travel back to the 11th. When I arrive, it's just past 8 PM.
出かけてくれ。
I leave the lab without waiting for the others to respond. I head to Moeka's ratty apartment. There's no sign of the police this time. Moeka's suicide won't happen for another 4 days. I run up the iron stairs and stand in front of the door to Unit 202. The lights aren't on inside. I start getting anxious. Maybe she's not there. Okay, we have a message from Mayuri. Are you coming back? Are you coming back to the lab today? We only have one response. I'd feel bad if I didn't respond to it, so we're gonna respond. I don't know, but don't worry, you don't have to worry about anything. Very vague comfort that probably will not make her feel any better, and send. But at least she knows we're not dead. There's no intercom, so I reluctantly knock on the door. No reply. I try again with the same result. Damn, might as well try the doorknob. It's unlocked, because of course it is. I take a deep breath. This could be a trap. Remember, we're not dealing with an ordinary person. And Deadbeard is here. Thank you, Deadbeard, for 6 months of subscriptions. 2/3 of a baby? Suspicious. Deadbeard, I have to ask, were you here to see the new alerts last time? If not, I have something to show you. You were not. Okay. Can I replay this? Yes, I can. Suspicious. Amazing. So yes, I now have Suspicious for bits and for first-time subs, or I think it gift subs also. I don't entirely remember. But I couldn't take away the I'm back from resubs. I felt it's just too good for I'm back. It was too perfect. But yeah, here we'll give everyone another one. Suspicious. So yes, so if you were not here last time, you missed that. You missed the fact that I think I have the badges up now, so if I do this, yes, you can see I have the 6-month subscriber Curry. As well, of course, as all the new food emotes. No worries, Samuses. Deadbeard, why do you already have so many of those? Because I think one of those was at 5,000, one of those was at 10,000 bits. And then I think one of them was at 25, and then two of them are, one's a tier 2, one's a tier 3. And that's not a reason why you should spend more money. I just felt bad that people had spent money and didn't have a thing. Anyways, back to creeping into a young woman's apartment. If I die here, what will happen to Mayuri? Will Chris Uridaro use the time leap machine to save her? I need to be careful. At the same time, I can't save Mayuri by doing nothing. So I steel myself, open the door, peek and... Thank for the quote. Anyways, back to creeping into a young woman's apartment. I can't remember if I have edit quote on. You can definitely delete del quote and then add quote back. The apartment is dark, too dark to see, but I feel someone's presence. Do I need to have my finger on, like, the hotkey in case there's more shower shenanigans? I step inside. The apartment is practically empty. Minimal furnishing. That's not what this picture says. You call this minimal? Maybe. You got a table, got a tea set, you got cushions, you got, like, some cabinets, you got a clock, you got, like, a little cork board, you got a little chest for filing stuff, little, like, pencil holder, a picture frame. I guess it's minimal. Only the barest necessities of life. But there, by the window, is a figure in the moonlight. Are you seeing ghosts? A woman is sitting on the floor, her head bowed. There's no one else here. I approach the woman and stare down at her, gritting my teeth in a desperate effort to maintain control. Ever since the first time she killed Mayuri, I tried my best to avoid thinking about this woman. But now, I have no choice. And of course she's on her phone, because what else would she be doing? I can't accomplish my goal until I have the answers I need from her. I must obtain the IBN 5100 to escape the Alpha Attractor field and rescue Mayuri.
Kiryu Moeka.
I had another name for her once. It hurts to remember. I forced it to the back of my mind. You won? Amazing. Does that mean you get the job now? Or are you the boss now? Is it your business?
起きているか?
Your hand is in horrible pain and that took forever. Sounds like playing any of the, like, Mario Party games on N64 that required you to, like, turn the joystick with the palm of your hand and just, like, tears your hand to shreds. Moeka's fingers twitch. The Wiimote is not ergonomic in the slightest. No, it is not. He got blisters. I remember there was one time I swear, I peeled off several layers of skin. Like, you peel it off once, and it's still, like the same, like, skin tone underneath. You go a couple layers deep, and it is red. Did Nintendo get a huge lawsuit over that? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, it's this delightful human. Yes, Mim, it is this delightful human. The one I always remember is it's, you're in a raft and it's like a 3v1, and you just have that and everyone's doing this and everyone's hand just gets shredded afterwards. Hello, Mim, how is it going? She sluggishly lifts her head, but she doesn't look up. She stares at my feet instead. I think she's staring at me unless my feet are like 4 feet off the ground. And Link is here. Yes, it is chicken pot pie. How are you, Link? She finally speaks, in a frail voice. Moeka has always had trouble speaking, but it seems especially severe today. I notice her hair and clothes are all disheveled, and she looks awful, though I suppose that's no surprise, given that she kills herself in 4 days. No worries, Deadbeard. Yes, Link, your messages do come through here. As much as Samus will tell you otherwise. Yes, and Samus thinks that Deadbeard should be going to bed now. Is there a bedtime in Deadbeard Standard Time?
FB なの。
FB?
I take it that means you're having issues with other channels not being able to see your messages? Messages haven't worked since the Family Beard stream. Interesting. Because I know, and maybe Mim can give more insight into this, because he was the first one I saw that had this, was that Twitch implemented a new thing that you're supposed to have a verified account by email, or I guess also by phone, but at minimum by email to send messages. Maybe that for some reason is turned off by default for me. She's obviously obsessed with Facebook. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. It is 2:30 a.m. Deadbeard Standard Time. I mean, sounds like you should have been asleep like 2 hours ago. I've heard that name before. If I'm not mistaken, that's her superior's code name. Yeah, I'm just working out the time for Mim. Oh, is it? It's 2:30. Yeah. Mythic Mim Standard Time. The phone in Moeka's hands glows faintly. She's still clinging to it, I see. Mythic International Standard Time. So I think we know why she wants a new phone, so FB can't contact her. It is not yet time for that, Mim, meaning it's coming soon? I'm at a loss for words. I wasn't expecting to find her in such a miserable state. She was so cold, so calm when she killed Mayuri. It's like she's a different person now. Is this another effect of the world line change? It's always coming, you've learned this the hard way? But it's only been a week since she sent her D-mail. How could she have changed so much? I get on my knees and shake Moeka by the shoulders.
Oi! 聞こえるか? おい。
FB 連絡をちょうだいよ。
桐生萌か。おい、俺だ。岡部だ。
I feel like this is a game where you just make young women cry. It feels like a good summary of the interactions we've had with every single woman in this game. This is most teenage girls hoping for likes from Facebook. No response. Moeka just keeps crying and mumbling to herself. Can we send you a text? Can we call you? No. I shake harder, but she doesn't react. She doesn't even resist. Looking down, I notice that she's typing rapidly on her phone. Bewildered, I look at the screen. Gosh dang it, game, why do you make me read out ridiculous crap? Oh my gosh! You think I missed 6? I tried to count it. I could have missed 6. I could have missed 10. I don't know. Partway through, I just felt like my tongue fell out of my mouth. Yeah. I mean, do we want to do tongue twisters next? I'm actually okay at tongue twisters, just not repeating the same 2 letters over and over again. I was entirely waiting it for be another screen of FBF. What happened to Moeka? What little I understand, it sounds like she's lost contact with the supervisor, FB. I don't understand how that could turn Moeka into such a wreck. Doesn't matter. I don't care what happens to her. I'm here for one thing. Halfway through, I felt my tongue fall out of my mouth. Thank you, Mim. I mean, what? We're up like 1 or 2 more quotes, and this is now my most quoted stream of all time. Not that that's saying much. A sharp crack echoes through the room. Moeka slapped my hand away. Didn't hurt, but her reaction was lightning quick. Now, Moeka curls up into a ball, hugging the phone tightly to her chest. It was like this from the moment I met her. She never let go of her phone, not even for a second. If it were the only thing keeping her alive. I can send you a message. You want mail, I can give you mail.
FB とかいうやつからか。
Samus has redeemed Stretch. Okay. It is that time of the stream where we get up, we push the chair out of the way, adjust the camera so you're not looking at my chest. There we go. And we get up and give ourselves a nice, well-needed stretch. Mim, check out the quote before that one, quote 31. I think you will enjoy it. It seems like the kind of quote you would enjoy. Because it makes me look silly. Anyways, back to creeping into a young woman's apartment. What do you mean again, Mim? There wasn't a talk the first time. And she wasn't in cosplay. to my knowledge. Oh. There is your stretch. Hope all of you took that time to maybe look away from the screen, maybe drink some water, get up and give yourself a stretch too. And we'll adjust that back. And there we go. Thank you for the clip, Mem. Big, diligent pickles fungineer? Okay. Interesting title. It was definitely not fun. What are you gonna do with me? I don't know, Mim. What are you gonna do with me?
メールが来ない。
I make several more attempts to take her phone while she babbles incoherently, but she just slaps my hand away each time. Next, I try persuasion. Promise to help her search for FB if she lends me her phone. It's a lie, of course, but come to think of it, I would like a piece of FB too. But that can wait until after I've saved Mayuri. Just saying, after you save Mayuri, don't go poking your nose into people who want you dead. But Moeka doesn't buy it. If that is, she heard me at all. Damn it, we're not getting anywhere. Maybe I should take it from her by force. What if she tries to kill me before I can send the D-mail? In her current state, she might not have the strength to retaliate. On the other hand, if she does retaliate, there's not much I can do against someone with a gun. Yeah, just don't put your nose in weird places to begin with. Exactly. What should I do? Her gun. Where would she keep it? I quickly scan the room, but there's no sign of it. No kink-shaming, but... I mean, you already missed the part where we were talking about handcuffs. Crap, that startled me. Okay, so, we actually have a choice here, and by ignoring this phone call, we get an extra scene. So, I'm sorry, assistant, we're ignoring your phone call. Could she have picked a worse time? I try again, this time asking nicely to borrow her phone. Moeka doesn't reply. She's staring at her phone. As she realizes that it's not her phone ringing, I see fresh tears pool in her eyes. She hangs her head.
どうして私期待に応えだって FB が誘ってくれたのに
Moeka starts typing out yet another email. Please, no! I guess she really doesn't recognize me. This is frustrating. Why is she acting like the victim here? Does she think she's a tragic heroine? Does she think she deserves sympathy? You don't have the right to be so weak. It's Mayuri who deserves sympathy, not you. She died countless times because of you. Murderer. I swallowed the word before it passes my lips. And this time we actually have to answer the call. So we just got that extra little bit. I check my phone. It's Chrissy calling. Higurashi. Higurashi. There we go. I assume that's what you were going for. Nope, that's not the one. Igoroshi. Okay, I don't know what you're trying to say then, unfortunately. I stand up and move to the entrance where I can take the call without letting Moeka out of my sight.
もしもし。
やっと出た。今どこ？電話レンジの改良手伝うって約束したでしょ？よくそれでラボメンナンバー001を名乗れるな。
誰に頼んでくれ。今日はそれどころじゃない。
一体何してんのよ。そこどこ？
桐生萌香のアパートにいる。
やっぱり女か。最低だな。
Has she not met Moeka on this world line? Quickly give Chris a simplified version of the usual explanation. Chris listens attentively, as she always does. Maybe she's more considerate than I give her credit for. As soon as I finish, Chris gives it to me straight.
強引に奪うしかないわね。
Okay, apparently we just have to rip it out of her hands.
ハリウッド映画の見過ぎか。
相手はセルンの関係者よ。遠慮してたらこっちがやられるかもしれない。迷ってる場合じゃないでしょ。それでマユリを救えるんだから。あんたはヒョロヒョロで頼りなさそうだけど、さすがに今なら相対的に考えて勝てるはず。
There's some similar word for murderer. I think Koro is death or murder. I just don't know how you'd attach that to the rest of the word. Gee, thanks. At least she's not beating around the bush. Suddenly, she lowers her voice.
人格疑われそうだけど。いや、あんたに人格疑われたってどうでもいいけど、殺してでも奪い取るべきよ。
今、お前の人格を疑った。
You're a monster.
だが、偽善ぶらないところは好きだぞ、クリスティーナ。
好きってちょっと。
What's the matter with her now?
事実を言ったまでだ。俺なんかよりもよっぽど潔い。
どうも。
で、意図を聞かせてくれ。殺すこともやむなしと考える理由がお前の中にある。そうだろ。だからそういう結論に達したはずだ。
よかった。それなりに冷静ね。あんたの話が本当か嘘かは定義できない。アトラクタフィールド理論っていう式を私はまだ完全には理解してないし。それでもあんたの説明をもとに考えると、桐生って人が4日後に自殺するなら、彼女には死亡フラグが立っているっていう推論が成り立つ。世界が彼女の死を承認したっていうところね。因果が収束するなら、これまでの世界線では仮にあんたが彼女を殺そうとしても何らかの邪魔が入ってできなかったはず。あるいは殺した瞬間に世界線が大きく変わっていた。でもこの世界線でだけ考えるなら、彼女は近いうちに死ぬ。あんたはこれまでに何度もマユリの死を見てきたからわかるはず。重要なのは死んだという結果だけであって、過程はどうでもいいらしいってことをね。それと同じで、桐生って人の死に方は問わないと思う。
In other words, I can kill her instead of letting her commit suicide.
死が決まっているから殺しても構わないか。まるで殺人犯ばりの論旨展開だな。
偽善ぶるな。私は今人としての倫理を捨てて話してんのよ。岡部も付き合いなさい。
She's unforgiving as always. It actually feels nice to speak frankly like this.
だが法律はどうする？
Yeah, it is heckin' dark, man. This whole thing is pretty heckin' dark.
タイムリープマシンがある限り、相手を殺しても時間を遡れば全てなかったことにできる。岡部は誰も殺さずに
I'm really glad Christina does not time leap.
結果だけが残るわけ。
Because she's already been the person of like, oh, I'll just murder people. Just like change their gender without telling them. It'll be fine. You can do it. Also, you can torture people, because that's fine too.
ただこれだけは覚えておいて。全ては自己責任よ。これだけ好き放題言ってる私はかなり無責任だけど。
問題ない。実にマッドサイエンティスト的な意見だった。
さっさと片をつけなさい。じゃあね。
She hangs up without another word. Strangely, I find Chris's harsh tone encouraging.
お前は司令官かよ。
I manage a smirk as I close my phone. Moeka still sitting on the floor. Kill her if you have to, Chrisu said. Yeah, especially when before she's like, "Are you okay? There's a lot of stuff weighing on you," and then she's like, "But also, just add murder. Just kill people. Just add murder on top of that. It'll be fine." Moeka did the same to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. Kill her or let her live. It's my choice, my responsibility. Just bring her here to do it next round. Even after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I must never forget. That's what Chrissy meant when she spoke of responsibility. Murder is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. You understand that, Kiryu Moeka? I reach for Moeka's phone. This time, there's no hesitation. What is this angle? Look, why? Moeka resists. I grab her slender hand and pin it to the window. I don't know, ma'am. Surely we come up to more than her shoulders. Glass rattles from the force, but thankfully doesn't break. My other hand, I pry the phone away from Moeka's chest. He drives her foot straight into my solar plexus. The breath explodes from my lungs. I gasp for air. In a fit of anger, I raise my hand to strike. You forget, ma'am, that eyes in this game means chest. At the last moment, I hesitate. Damn, what happened to killing her if I have to? I know we're past the point of playing nice, but I've never hit a girl in my life. I don't consider myself a model gentleman or anything. Yep, you're not. The idea that men aren't supposed to hit women is such a strong part of my common sense that it stayed my hand almost like instinct. So instead, I wrap my hand around Moeka's neck. How is that any better? How is choking her any better? Popeye pervs. Welcome to Logic with Okabe, where choking someone is more gentlemanly than hitting them. And we don't mean in the kinky kind. When she tries to kick me again, I pin her legs under my own. It leaves their face intact. He never said he was going to hit her in the face. I squeeze harder. My fingers dig into her throat. She struggles for breath. I feel her throat moving as she gasps for air. All you did is zoom up and give her, like, slightly ticked off eyebrows. That's all you did. I can finally see my reflection in her tear-reddened eyes. I said before, some of these scenes would be amazing if he looks up and, like, she's against a window and he sees his reflection of what he's doing right now. That would be an amazing scene. But no. Instead, we get slightly ticked off eyebrows.
やっと俺を見たな。
Yeah, man, before you were here, he was talking with Christina, and she was like... Basically, he was telling her again everything that happened, and he had the moment of, like... She had the moment of, like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. And just, like, if he had, like, been able to, like, look up and, like, see his reflection and just seen, like, all the tiredness in his eyes, I think that would have made for a great image. And this scene right here, looking up and just seeing himself like Homer Simpson choking Bart, would make for a fantastic imagery, I think, in this scene. Moeka is under control, but now I don't have a free hand to take her phone. If I loosen my grip on her throat, even slightly, it'll turn into a struggle again. Moeka is hiding her phone behind her back now. I need that phone. Should I let go of her hand? Should I let go of her hand or her neck?
携帯をよこせ。
Moeka weakly shakes her head.
出ないと殺せ。
I wonder if I even can. I can undo it with the time leap machine. It'll be the perfect crime, one that never happened. But still, do I really have it in me to murder someone? So far it seems like you do, my friend. I don't know, but I have to try.
渡さないと殺すぞ。
I'd like to remind everyone that this is also part of the good and perfect ending. No words leave Moeka's lips, just rough breathing. Stalemate. Neither of us shows the other any openings. We're practically motionless, but our breathing is ragged. It's taking all my strength just to pin her down. Our rough breathing echoes through the room. For a moment, it even seems to synchronize. This is getting me nowhere. Can I open my phone right now? No, I can't. I was gonna see if I could, like, open my phone and just, like, spawn a third arm, but apparently I can't. I remove my hand from her neck, then use my entire left arm to pin her against the wall in the guillotine choke. I assume what he means is he's got his forearm, like, pressed up against her neck into the window. I'm so gonna have to put a suicide trigger warning when I post this video. She starts groaning in pain. My right hand has her left hand up against the glass. Now I pull her hand down and transfer it to the grip of my left hand. Now my right hand is free. I slide it behind her back and go searching for her phone. Okay, so if anyone's not getting this, I had the hands reversed. So he's got left arm like this, pinning her neck against this. His other hand is pinning up her hand. Sorry, it's hard to get a good camera angle. Against the wall. He's now pulled that in, put that hand in this while still holding this forearm against her neck, and now he has a free hand. Maybe just put a Steins Gate warning on these videos. I mean, this game series is rated mature audiences, so yeah. Thanks, YouTube, for asking if this is kid-friendly content. It is not. I have to lean in close to do this. I press my body up against hers. Pain explodes in my jaw. I lean back. Moeka's readying another headbutt. I put more strength in the guillotine choke to stop her. Moeka's face twists in pain as she struggles to escape my grasp. My guillotine choke seems to be working. She doesn't have the strength to resist. If I push any harder, she really might die. I push harder. Moeka writhes in pain, tears falling from her eyes and drool from her mouth. As the resistance weakens, my right hand finds Moeka's phone. She still has it in a tight grip, but I manage to tear it away. I quickly release Moeka and step away. She bends over and coughs violently, but still she reaches out to me with tears in her eyes. She wants her phone back. I don't care. I look at the screen. Please don't make me read this game! It shows an email draft with a string of FBs entered. I clear the text and start typing in new mail. But her phone's different from mine, so I don't quite know how to use it. Let's see. Why don't you run? You have the phone. Get out of here. Also, I appreciate the fact that her phone's battery is slightly used up, unlike ours, which is always at full charge. I was seeing if I could pull out my phone and I have two phones now, but no. Startled, I look up to see Moeka staggering to her feet. She's like a goddamn zombie. Quickly, I run outside and close the door behind me. Then I lean my entire body weight onto it so she can't open it from the inside. I'd also like to point out that lights are on at the very least for the apartment next door, the apartment downstairs, and the apartment downstairs and over one, and none of the people heard her screams or our struggle. I have two phones. Me make them kiss. Like, yeah. The doorknob rattles as she tries to open the door. Then she starts pounding on the inside. Okay. So, Mim, if we're talking about this, there's someone who does list sex poses but uses toothbrushes to show you what people do as they're doing different positions. There you go. That's in your mind now. Have fun. It's a good thing doors in Japan open out. You wouldn't see this in a Hollywood movie. Anyway, I have her phone. Now I just need to pretend to be Moeka and send the cancellation email. Moeka's changes to the past will be cancelled. The world line will change. IBN 5100 will come back to me. And then, we'll hack into CERN. Mission complete. Fate won't have my area this time. Victory will be mine!
Hi, Max.
You really thought I was gonna kill her just like I killed Stool the Mushroom Man? And the dwarf, ma'am. I also killed the dwarf. But you don't care about the dwarf, do you?
D メールの設定を頼む。
変な音が聞こえるけど。
What do you think the noise is? And why does it matter?
少しばかり。
You literally just said commit murder. Why do you care what the noise is?
殺さなかったのね。Good job.
So for context, Samus is about what? 4 to 5 hours ago, Mim and I finished a D&D session that I'm the DM for, and it ended with them like walking through a tunnel, and then suddenly lava explodes from one of the walls, and they're all trying to run away for it, and they're all trying to dodge out of the way. And it ended up hitting 2 people and did enough damage to kill them from full health. And he, as well as my brother, are very mad that Stool is dead. The dwarf died because he was weak. Yeah, the dwarf was just a commoner, so they had like 4 health, whereas like the rest of the party is in like the 20s. Even then, lava does a lot of damage. I tell her Moeka's address.
入力完了。
参りは
まだいる。ブラウン管工房で店長さんと話してる。42型ブラウン管をつけさせておくためにね。
話してないだろうな。
あの子が死ぬこと言えるわけない。
A true fighter? I don't know about that bit. But Stool is true and pure. I guess now that they're dead, I can reveal things about them next time. But yeah, Stool was described as like the typical baby, like younger brother, baby brother, who always asks you every kind of question that's on their mind. And is like, they stick around to the point of it kind of annoys you.
だったらいい。まだ切るなよ。
Put my phone down and resume typing into Moeka's phone. A middle-aged lady comes out of the apartment next door. About time. Our eyes meet, so I put on a forced smile. Just, you know, ignore the door behind me, you know, just like banging and whatever. It's fine. The lady grins mockingly before going back inside. I wonder what she was thinking. Maybe she thought it was a lover's quarrel. In the mail, I write, model change, do it now, before sold out. I love how he puts in 4 exclamation points, but doesn't add a space between change and do it now. Moeka's email said, don't change models. Desire for limited edition, hard to find products is hard-coded into Japanese DNA. Appealing to that instinct should work. The insistent pounding on the door grows louder. Now I hear groaning from the other side. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is her phone really that important to her? But I've already won. All I have to do is send the D-mail. I'll never forgive you, Moeka, but at least our relationship ends here. Let this be the last time we meet. I raise the phone to eye level. I take a deep breath. It ends now. I press send. No worries, Samuses. Honestly, Samuses, I thought you had the highest chance of deleting your own message. Actually, you can't delete your own message. That's a problem. And you can't delete Mims either because he's another mod, can you? No dizziness, no vertigo, no dizziness, nothing. Reading Steiner didn't activate. Why didn't the world line change? Oh, you accidentally timed someone out earlier today moving the window to your telly? Did the phone wave fail to function? Bring my own phone back to my ear. Chris, who's still on the line.
どうだ
送ったの
Also hungry? Mim, it's, what, 3 a.m. for you? You should be sleepy, not hungry.
送った。ちゃんと動作したのか。
こっちはちゃんと放電現象を確認した。
正常に動作したんだな。
I mean, you can be both. Feels like every time you get a mouse, the buttons are even more sensitive. I know that feeling where, like, I'm just, like, resting my hand on, and, like, I feel like I just, like, twitch my fingers, like, ever so slightly, and it's clicking on stuff.
間違いなくね。
世界線が変わらない。
失敗した。原因は
Consider the
メール
possibilities.
の文面では機種編をやめようとする萌えかを説得できなかったか。
送り先の日付を間違えた可能性は
7月31日。それは間違いない。
桐生って人が最初に送った D メールの着信時間を調べるべき。それより先か後かで受け取った側の印象はだいぶ変わる。
どくさいな。
Banging on the door has ceased. Did she finally give up? No, she wouldn't give up. She planned to climb out the window and loop around. We're on the second floor. That would be quite a feat. I should have some time left.
何パターンかいろんな文章を送ってみて。それで効果が出ないようならこっちでタイマーを微調整する。
助かる。そっちの様子はミスター・ブラウンが乗り込んできてないか。
今下から怒鳴り声が聞こえてる。きっと橋田と真由里が必死でなだめてるはずだけど、いつまで持つか。あまり余裕はないと思って。
Put my phone into my pocket without hanging up. Weren't we supposed to check other messages? Change the message and send another D-mail. Still, nothing happens. Make another one. Send. No good. Why? What am I doing wrong? I'd like to ask Moeka, but if I go back inside now, she'll probably just attack me. Which reminds me, she's been awfully quiet. What is she doing now? Maybe she really did go out the window. I look around. I don't see her anywhere. Think. Why didn't the D-mail work? Wipe the sweat from my brow. My entire body is soaked. Must be the adrenaline. She's fetching a new pew-pew pistol? What if Moeka changed addresses when she got a new phone? Take out my phone.
聞こえるか。
まだ問題が。
2回送り直したが効果なしだ。
I frantically consider my options as I stare hard at Moeka's phone. The walkway is dim, but Moeka's gaudy purple phone shines in the faint light. Wait. I take another good look at the phone. There's something wrong here. What is it? You haven't had a waffle in ages. I've recently got into having waffles quite a bit.
岡部どうしたの？
Gaudy purple. Latest model. She never switched her phone. Removable LCD screen. You'll have to wait because you need to be tested for 6. Oh no, Samus. Hope that goes well. Model number GG01. Yes, removable screen. So you see how it has the, like, weird, I don't know, like, bull horns and then it fits inside? You can remove the screen. But, the Japanese have an affinity with flip phones. So even though she doesn't need it, she has one. And I assume you can also pull it out, reverse it, and then close it, and now you just have basically just like a smartphone screen, but much smaller. My eyes tell me there's nothing wrong. Saw this phone when Moeka sent her D-mail many times before. She was never without it. Mic quality went weird? Is that the same for anyone else? It's picking up some stuff. Interesting. I can't really hear anything different from normal. Let me just do a quick check. If it fixed itself, my guess is when I took off my headphones, the only thing I could hear was the furnace. So maybe the furnace like had to like run up higher and it went back down. Okay. Yeah, because my phone levels haven't changed, so my guess is that's why. Yeah, it's only when I'm speaking. Yeah, it's only when I'm speaking because I have like a noise gate on so that my mic doesn't cut in while I'm not speaking. But yeah, the furnace is shut off or like gone quiet, so I'm guessing that's what that was. It also probably doesn't help that right now there's no game audio, which would usually help drown out something like that. It's the same. Nothing has changed.
何も変わっていないだと
Yeah, because the music's gonna help drown out anything.
何の話
Why hasn't it changed? Why is it the same as before Moeka sent her D-mail? Moeka's D-mail said, "Don't change models." She should have a different phone when she sent it. But she didn't. It was the same phone I'm holding right now. There's only one explanation. She never changed models to begin with.
あの女まさか
She lied to me. Moeka's D-mail wasn't about her phone. That explains how it affected the IBN 5100. Also explains why my cancellation D-mails aren't working.
ふざけた真似を
The door violently shakes behind my back. It's much stronger than before. She must be ramming something hard and heavy against the door. I quickly move away from the door. The door shakes again. I can see the frame starting to warp.
異常だろ
Suppose I should be thankful she doesn't have a gun, but honestly, this is terrifying enough. It chills my blood to think what her face must look like now. I've never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. But unfortunately, I can't run away. I need to face Moeka again and wring the information out of her. Both Ferris and Lukiko remember their D-mails. With prodding, Moeka will remember too. I'm worried about this prodding you speak of when we just almost murdered her. I need that information. Crap. I don't want to go in there. My teeth are chattering. This is pathetic. He means a cattle prod? If we had a cattle prod, why didn't we use that from the start? Thought I'd won when I snatched her phone, but now my advantage is gone.
岡部返事しろ
クリスティーナ
音すごいけど大丈夫なの
どうやら萌香の送った D メールは機種変更に関することじゃなかったらしい
どういうことよ
おそらくあの女は送る直前で内容を差し替えたんだ俺が何をやっても世界線が変わらないのはそのせいだ
着信履歴はそこに残ってるかもしれない
No, he didn't, even though I asked him to, like, literally 10 minutes ago.
着信履歴
Of course. Even if it's not in her sent history, it should still be there in the arrival history. Glare at the purple phone in my hand. It's a good thing Moeka didn't change phones. Now I know exactly where the D-mail went.
うっかりしていた調べてみる
Unless she's smart and deleted it. This is true. For a second there, I thought it would be easy. Should have known better. Moeka is not a casual phone user. Her mailbox has literally hundreds of entries over the last week, almost all from FB. Some of my mails are sprinkled in. I don't have time to search through each of these mails, even just the subject lines. Not to mention, the pounding on the door is freaking me out.
クリスティーナ、少し手こずりそうだ。もし俺が失敗したら、あとは頼む。
バカも休み言いなさい。状況によっては逃げることも大事。
Mim, what are your emotes doing? I hang up. The lady next door comes out again, alarmed by the escalating noise. She glares at me. When she sees the magnitude of the door's damage, the lady opens her eyes in shock and runs back inside. Not leaning against the door anymore. Moeka could just open it, but she hasn't realized that. She's fixated on getting her phone back. She's so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy her own door. Kinky things? Kinky things featuring Eugene? Okay. I know what's going through your mind, Mim. Don't worry. We accept all kinks here. You think Moeka has an unhealthy obsession? Yeah, this is what Facebook does to people, just saying. In any case, I don't have time to check her mail history. I put the phones into my pocket, and moved to the side of the door. I carefully grip the doorknob, wait for the interval between bangs. Thank you, Mim. We accept all kinks here. Credit cards, too. Is he gonna pull a cartoon character and open the door so she comes flying out? Do people... Okay, question. Do people here consider Discord social media? I personally do. I don't know how other people feel. We accept all kinks here. Credit cards too. That's pretty close to the last one, Mim. Do you maybe want to delete both those quotes and just keep the second? Because it's basically the same thing, just with an extra line on top of it. Now, I yank the door open. A coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing. It's not the same thing in your opinion? I will think about it, Mim. I might clean that up after stream. We'll see. From your perspective, the Jedi are evil. Discord isn't social media, it's instant messaging. Subset of social media, but not the same. I guess, like, the only real difference is that there's no, like, place to, like, I guess, post your own thing besides, like, your current quote or status. But if you can go beyond that, like, you can... I think that's the only thing I really see that sets it apart from social media, is you can't post something that all of your, like, friends and stuff can see that isn't contained to, like, a certain channel or something. Other than that, I mean, I have Facebook, I have Instagram. I do not use them, like, whatsoever. Like, I rarely post on Instagram. Facebook, I really only use it for two things: Messenger and events with my friends. If their, like, Messenger app just had, like, messaging and events, I would honestly probably get rid of desktop, because I know you can just have Messenger, but currently it doesn't have events. When events, like, eventually gets added to that suite, I'll probably get rid of desktop. Their screech raises hairs all over my body. Standing in the entrance, like a revenant at the gates of hell. Okay, we know the ghost type is revenant. Let's get out of here. I step back. My knees tremble. But then I remember what I'm here to do. I gather my resolve, enter the room, and close the door behind me. This door still closes? Or at least I try. The door's bent and won't fully close. Yeah, that's why we're going back in. We need that ghost photo. Ghost photos are just a waste of time, in my opinion. You figure out what the ghost is. You get any of the, like, things on the board. You know, your salt, your EMF, your dirty water if you can. What are the other good ones? Easier ones. Motion detector. Once you have that, and once you know what the ghost is, or you're pretty darn sure, because, like, you've ruled out other things, you guess and you leave. Because you can earn so much more money if you get in, like, an extra 1 or 2 ghosts you look after than spending the extra time to get, like, 1 more objective. Knees weak, palm sweaty. Should I eat Mim's spaghetti? I give up on locking it. There's suspicion on his stream already? Mods are ready? Moeka glares at me, shaking with fury. First I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command. Who'd break her own door down just to retrieve her phone. I mean, he rhymed already, which contains ready in it, with ready. But I mean, if, brain is failing me. Lenny Kravitz in Fly Away can sing, I want to fly so very high into the sky, just like a dragonfly. If he can rhyme fly with dragonfly, Beardy can rhyme already with ready. It's a weak rhyme, but if he can do it, anyone can do it. He does fly, sky, dragonfly, so he does fly, sky, fly. So, like, he has a different rhyme in the middle, but he does rehash his rhyme. It's okay if there's a different word in between. I don't know. It's too dangerous to let her be. I'm stronger. I just need to get her on the ground. What? We have a duck raid from Panic? Holy, 29 viewers? Thank you for the shout-out, Samuses. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Panic, how is your stream? My name is Popeye. For all of our wonderful raiders, we're here playing some Steins Gate. Just some warnings for some people. This game has some pretty serious themes. I know it's not for everyone, but just to give some people just like a little background information, this woman right here, she has killed one of our friends. We have a time machine, so we've gone back and undone it, but we know she's killed one of our friends. And she has sent herself a message with our time machine that somehow has interfered with the past, and we're here trying to figure out what it is and undo it. We have already basically almost choked her to death. She has committed suicide, and we've gone back in time. There are some very dark themes. I know it's not for everyone. If you need to take off because of that, please, please, feel no need to stay here. I totally get it. But yes, welcome everyone. I see a small plant, Reepy Cheepy. Deadbeard, thank for the host. Blue Shadow Wolf, welcome. Who else? Chat's moving pretty quickly. I'm sorry if I missed anyone, but hello and welcome to everyone. Yes, and there's no spaghetti. We're talking about rhyming spaghetti with other things, with mods already. Thank you, ma'am. I'm glad you like my explanation. This game can get very hard to explain once you add in time travel. You may have killed a Yoshi by accident. I mean, still better than Beardy. He kills them all on purpose. Or so he tells me. You've killed 28. So yeah, so Basically, we took her phone, realized that she was lying to us about the message she sent to change the past, and now we have to go and probably beat the information out of her so that we can change it. So yeah, that's where we are right now. And there's no time, it's now or never. Corazon, welcome! How are you doing? Crushing my fear, I charge Moeka at full speed. Our bodies collide. Moeka tries to twist away, but I grab her clothes and use my momentum to push her to the floor. The back of her head hits the floor. Her resistance weakens. She doesn't know how to break a fall. Some secret agent. Oh yeah, she's also a secret agent working for CERN, as made famous by the CERN Super Collider. But apparently in this universe they're evil and they use time travel for evil, and she's one of their secret agents trying to stop other people from using time travel. Yes, spelled as Samus said, S-E-R-N, not C-E-R-N. I quickly straddle her waist. Now she's mine. Gosh dang it, game. The things you make me say. Moeka flails her arms and legs wildly. Should have known she wouldn't give up. Her fist strikes my jaw. Fortunately, Moeka's weak. The blow does little damage. I still need to stop her from struggling. First, her hands. I start with her left. I grab her wrist and pin it to the floor. What won't I... Yes, I killed Stool the Mushroom Man and a dwarf. It was not intentional, Mim. Also, you keep saying the dwarf is super hung. I never said that. You have the one who's decided this. And all that happened is I rolled and suddenly lava was filling up your tunnel and you didn't get out of the way in time, and now there is mushroom flambe. Oh, one of the... Thank you, Deadbeard. Popeye's playpen. That's... Okay, that's the thing that you're not sure I will approve on. I am catching up. I'm not getting famous on your watch. What about on your phone, if not on your watch? A fist flies towards my face. It pops against my left eye, blanking my vision for a second. She seems to stop struggling for a moment. Her hand claws weakly at the air. But it turns out, she was just reaching for my hair. Thank you, Mim. We accept all kinks here. Credit cards, too. I think this is now my most quoted stream of all time, narrowly beating out the kid story time. She grabs it hard. I feel several strands tear free of my scalp. I don't like where the conversation's chat is going regarding licking me. Thank you, Samuses. You're one off. Are you looking... is it 24 you're looking for? This line is a mood. It's past midnight and I'm still awake. I get a grip on Moeka's face and press her head against the floor. She tries to bite my fingers, so I pull my hand back. I grab the wrist that's grabbing my hair and dig my nails into her wrist. If you have other ideas on what I can do with 8 balls, I'm interested. Oh, we're just going through quotes now. Oh, you're looking for the favorite pickup line? Oh, my favorite pickup line is, halfway through, I feel like my tongue fell out of my mouth. Dang it, Gale, stop being a fetish. You're going the wrong way. That makes sense why you're not finding it then. But chaos is everywhere. He's always a fetish. Just remember, in 1 hour, I can read 10 kids' books. I'm gonna put that on my resume. Glad you finally found it, Samus's. Chaos is everything. It's always a fetish. Thank you, Beardy. But still, she doesn't let go of my hair. I thought it was chaos is everywhere, he's always a fetish, or something similar to that. No worries, Samus's. Yes, share with the class. This is what bad quotes are for. All the while, her feet are pounding against my back. She's also trying to free her left hand. I can't take much more of this. How have the neighbors not called the police by this point? I instinctively headbutt Moeka with all my strength. The sickening sound of bone against bone echoes inside my head. The impact makes me dizzy too, but I fight it. Moeka goes limp. An opening. Finally, I succeed at pinning down both her hands. Why is this suddenly risque? Why, game? And Samus still thinks that Deadbeard should be going to bed soon. Her glasses fell off at some point during the struggle. Her red, swollen eyes give her an even more demented look. Without this music, this would have a very different context. Yes, it would. There's an angry bump on her forehead where I headbutted her. Can we turn off the music for a moment and get some sexy jazz man in? Show her who's daddy gonna be. Gosh dang it. I mean, okay, so for the people who are here now, Deadbeard, of course, made me into sexy Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then he was kind enough to make this for me. Suspicious. And it is wonderful. She just looks bored. She's waiting for you to make your relationship more interesting. Careless whisper intensifies. Made me sexy Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was born that way. I mean, as much as you think so, I wasn't born with a beard. I may have had a beard for basically since I've been 16. Like, I've been clean shaven a few times, but like I never like really like shave and then keep shaving. I'll just like cut it all off and start from square one. Yeah, you want to see a Star Wars movie where I play Kenobi? She spits at me. The lukewarm saliva hits my face. Ugh. I want to wipe it off, but my hands are full. Moeka glares at me. There are tears in her eyes, perhaps from the pain. I was already hot by Kenobi. I'm clearly episode 3, and Mim is episode 2. Yes, you do have... How many more people do you have to draw Deadbeard? 23? Jeez. Moeka breaks eye contact when I mention it. She stares at my pocket. Where is my pocket that she's like staring off to the side of the screen? I don't think she's looking at my pocket, just saying. She must have caught a glimpse of purple. Got 12 out of 32, plus any new submissions, you did 20. So, basically another full stream. I smile scornfully.
そんな権利をお前には与えない。
返してよ。
力ずくで奪い返してみろ。
Moeka tries again to free her hands. I lean in harder to keep them pinned. My strength and position are superior, so Moeka accomplishes nothing. Is this how, like, relationships are supposed to be? Like, ha, honey, my strength and position is superior, I win. Can you not... We're not talking about it. Next, she struggles to free her body. Same result. I clamp my thighs firmly around her hips and hold her down. Yeah, because I have the high ground, Samuses. She occasionally knees me in the back, but I can bear that pain. It's not enough to make me forfeit this position.
何時間でも付き合ってやる。どっちが先に体力が尽きると思う？
Moeka, without a doubt. I don't do sports or anything, so I'm not that strong. But I'm on top. I don't need to expend much energy to keep her pinned. Mythic Mim's big day.
わめいてろ。
She can scream and spit all she likes. Nothing will make me give up this position. Until the police come in. The police will make you give up this position.
お前が携帯依存だろうが FB から見捨てられようが知ったことじゃない。
Moeka shakes her head violently. She's just wasting her energy. I maintain position and stare down at Moeka.
この世界線ではお前が直接手をかけるわけじゃないし。
How dare you not care about Facebook?
これまでお前がマユリに対してやったことはすでになかったことになっている。
But Mim, you're not the dwarf who died.
だがそんなの俺からしてみれば知ったことじゃないんだ。なかったことを俺は全部覚えている。だからお前への憎しみは消えてないんだ。お前がマユリを殺した事実は俺の中に
I
刻
get
ま
the
れて
feeling
るん
that
だ
this is
よ。
gonna be another late night. Yeah, 'cause, like, this entire action sequence has been on for, what, like, an hour, 15 minutes or something. And there's, like, no good spot, really, to stop during it. We just have to go until it ends.
向き合ってやる。
Until now, always run away from facing Moeka. I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her D-mail said.
腹を割って話そうじゃないか。
Moeka's still struggling. Yeah, that really makes me want to stop, get off you if you tear my eyes out.
携帯などなくてもちゃんと話せるではないか。え？
黙れクズがお前の写真をズタズタになるまで包丁で切り刻んでやる。
MySpace Mim's bad dog.
切り刻むのはマッドサイエンティストのお箱だ。
死ね死んでよ犯される助けて
This woman's out of control. She want another headbutt that badly? I mean, honestly, she should have screamed for help like a solid hour ago. Knock sounds from the door. Moeka and I both look at the door in surprise.
ねえ、隣の西田だけど大丈夫？警察呼んだ方がいいかしら？必要ないならせめてもっと静かにしてくんない？このアパート声が響くのよ。
Damn, I didn't think about that! She's been screaming at the top of her lungs. She rammed her coffee table into her door so hard it bent it out of its frame. I can't have her calling the police. Moeka suddenly screams. You bitch. What now? I need to silence Moeka somehow. But I can't use either hand. I know where this is going and I hate it. There's only one way. I suddenly press my lips against Moeka's. My loveless kiss shuts her up quite effectively. Not what you were thinking, but much. What were you thinking, Samus? Do I want to know? I lock eyes with her as well, trading glares and silence. Yep, okay, I think I know where your mind went, Samus.
まったく最近の若い子は
I finally hear the neighbor's footsteps recede. What a relief. Did she just bite our lip? Yep. I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. Blood drips from my mouth and lands on Moeka's neck. She bit me! And I feel around my lip with the tip of my tongue. The taste of blood spreads out from the laceration. Moeka breathes wildly as she glares at me with tearful eyes.
初々しい女ぶっているんじゃない。俺より年上のくせに。
We don't have to be this big of a dick. She grimaces and looks away. Her pink lips glisten with saliva. I might find the sight alluring if the situation were different. Moeka turns her face away to look up, through the open curtains, at the bright full moon outside the window. How much time has passed? Feels like it's already been dozens of hours. But it's still night outside, so it probably hasn't been more than 1 or 2. I mean, we're 2 hours into stream. I think this whole scene has taken us about an hour 15, hour 20. Moeka hasn't said a word since I kissed her. She hasn't tried to escape either. Her expression is blank. She's just staring off to the side. What is she looking at? I follow her gaze, but the only thing there is a half-empty bottle of water. Has she given up? Either way, I can't let my guard down. Maybe it's the stress, but it feels like my body is going numb. I've been drenched in sweat for a while now. This room has no air conditioning whatsoever. Heat is starting to get to me. I thought I had an overwhelming advantage in this position. It's harder to maintain than I expected. Not only do I have to keep Moeka pinned, I also have to keep a close eye on her so she doesn't try anything. All Moeka has to do is lie there, and rest and try again whenever she's ready. Will this last all night? At this rate, my strength might give out first. Fear mounts. If she escapes, she's gonna try and kill me. She must have her gun somewhere, I'm sure. Consider calling Chrisu for help, but I can't use either hand. I don't even know what time it is. Damn, it's almost like I'm the one trapped. No, stay positive. You can do this. Moeka's dependent on her phone. That's her weak point. If I keep her separated from her phone, then sooner or later, her will to resist should collapse. It's a matter of whose strength will fail first. Suddenly, Moeka calls my name. Now she's trying to ask nicely. Does this mean she's given up? This is what I was waiting for. Now I move in for the kill. But not literally, I hope. We do need information.
D メールを送ったことを覚えているか？
D... 何？
D メール。過去へ送ることのできるメール。お前はそれを送った。お前自身の携帯へな。機種変更に関する内容だと思っていたが、それは嘘だった。お前は俺たちの目をごまかして、こっそりメールの内容を入れ替えたんだ。
Her typing speed is lightning fast. Would have been easier for her to type a mere 36 characters while Daru and I are preoccupied with the phone wave. Name subject to change.
その結果、世界線が変わった。お前は覚えていないか？
Normally, once the past changes, everything until that point is undone. But it should be possible to make Moeka remember, just as Ferris and Lukiko did. You need a new channel called Popeye. Name subject to change.
知らないんじゃない。思い出していないだけなんだ。思い出せ。お前は思い出さなければならない。
Or else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moeka. I have another plan to make her remember. Don't forget the trademark. Moeka turns away and bites her lip. Tears start falling from her eyes. I watch, never once taking my eyes off her. I didn't notice before now, but her shirt must have become undone during the struggle. I can see the alluring curves of her collarbone, the skin of her large pale breasts, a hint of sexy underwear. Why, game? Her breasts heave with each painful breath. The base of her neck is stained with the blood from my lip. It's dry, like a scab. Normally, Moeka could be mistaken for an elegant, beautiful woman. Now she has a large shadow under her eyes. Her skin is rough. Her face is pale. Oh, Deadbeard has redeemed an anime figure reveal. Okay. Let me get out my random dice. Yep, we all just lost the game. If you're lucky, Samus, maybe it'll be one of the ones you don't like. Where are all my D20s? There we go. Not my D20. D10. My brain is getting to be fried. Okay. There we go. So, you don't like any of them, but there are some that you feel are worse. So I have my D10 here. Let's put this on full screen. So I got my trusty D10 here. I'm gonna roll it. I've got 5 anime figurines slash geez, my brain is dying. Things that hang off your backpack, whatever you call those. And from left to right, it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that the D10 that killed the dwarf? No. The dwarf died because they failed a D20 roll. Okay. 8. So that's the 4th one. Let me grab that. I think this is actually the same one that I showed last time, which is actually one of your favorites. Okay. So, here is one of my keychains I keep on my backpack. Oh, stop wiggling so much. the least creepy. Yes. So he is one of the characters from My Hero Academia. My brain is fried. His name is not coming to me. Half and half man. He is half ice, half fire. I got this. My fiance and I went to Japan about a year ago, and we picked this up. Todoroki, thank you, Beardy, for being my brain right now. But basically they had one of those Gachapons little capsule things. Are we sure he isn't half milk, half cream? If you've had red milk or red cream, I would question who your barista is. But yeah, so they all are wearing tuxedos and have a flower. His is a lily. I'm not sure how well that comes up. Is camera going to focus nicely? Camera's not going to focus nicely. If I get out of the way, is camera going to focus nicely? Not really. But yeah, he has a half and half lily that matches him. And yeah, so that is number 4, and there is your reveal. Now we go back to this wonderful nonsense. She looks more intoxicated than intoxicating. Her entire body reeks of death. She's clearly insane. This is the real Moeka. Wish I'd realized sooner.
本当に知らないの。思い出せるならそうするけど、わからないわ。一体何のことなのか。
Moeka's gaze shifts constantly, from me to the ceiling and then to the window. Their slow murmuring is evidence that she's almost beat. Just a little more and her resistance will end.
だったら質問を変える。2週間ほど前、お前は奇妙なメールを受け取ったはずだ。差出人はお前自身の携帯。しかもそのメールは数日後の未来から送信されていた。
Moeka's eyes open wide. Gotcha.
覚えがあるな。
Itchy nose.
それがお前が送った D メールだ。内容を教えろ。
教えたら
携帯は返す。
クソ。
She suddenly curses at me.
内容は言えない。
なぜだ。
ラウンダーに関係する。
Her mission? I recall what Moeka told me on a previous world line. Rounder's mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. In that case...
IBN 5100.
She fell into my trap. The reflexive response was all I needed to see.
それに関することだな。
どこまで知っている。メールの内容。
質問をするのは俺だけだ。いいから答えろ。
言えない。FB を裏切ることに。
携帯よりも FB を選ぶのか。大した忠誠心だな。
Mayuri's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. Moeka still hasn't calmed down. She's been opening and closing her hands for a while now. She's not trying to escape my restraint. She's just twisting her body. Oh no, is she trying to get, like, to a position where she can, like, flip? And then she'll be on top? Licking her lips, shaking her head, trying to brush the hair off her face. It's like she's suffering from withdrawal without her phone. Soon, she won't have the mental fortitude to resist. She won't talk now. I'll just wait until she will.
携帯がないとそんなに苦痛か。なぜそこまで依存する。
会話まともにできなくて。
今はしているではないか。
When she attacked the lab, she's leading a squad of hardened killers. Moeka shakes her head violently.
メールまでできなくなったら、私は世界から断絶してしまう。
世界だと孤独な女を気取っているつもりか。お前が恐れているのはラウンダーから見捨てられることだろう。
違う、ラウンダーじゃなくて FB から見捨てられること。
That's the same thing, isn't it?
だったら世界などと言うな。何の罪もない女の子を容赦なく殺した分際でマユリを世界から断絶させた分際で。
殺してない。
そう、この世界線ではな。だが別の世界線においては、お前はラウンダーとして俺たちのタイムマシンを奪おうとした。その時に殺したマユリを。
In the world line where I interrogated Moeka, she told me that Mayuri was expendable. It didn't matter to discern whether she lived or died.
FB の指示なら殺したと思う。絶対に。
FB とは何者だ。一体どこにいる。
Asked her the same question back then. Another rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me she won't have backup this time. Moeka's position in the rounders has changed.
言えない。
ならばいいことを教えてやる。いいか。お前は今俺に捕まっている状況だが、助けを期待しているのなら無駄だ。どうせ誰も助けに来ない。お前は絶望に打ちひしがれたまま4日後に自殺する。
Moeka seems startled by this. I go in for the kill.
俺は5日後から来た。セルンが欲しがるタイムマシンを使ってな。だから知っている。お前はこの部屋で一人孤独に自分を殺すんだ。お前の大好きな FB はお前を助けない。ラウンダーもセルンも300人委員会もだ。どれだけメールしても上司からの連絡はないんだろう。それはなぜだ。もう見捨てられているんだよ。
Moeka's face contorts in despair. Once again, tears fall from her eyes. Guilt squeezes my heart. I know that I'm causing this woman pain. Inside of me, a voice whispers that it's nothing compared to what she did to Mayuri. I have no reason to show mercy to a murderer. But at the same time, my conscience screams that it's wrong to hurt someone, no matter who they are or what they've done. Insane mad scientist? My ass. I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. Nothing but a hypocrite.
FB をかばう必要はない。だから全て話せ。
I ignore the ache in my heart and push harder. Moeka shakes her head violently.
FB は裏切らない。私を見捨てない。
だったらなぜお前は4日後に自殺すると思う。
お前が私を殺すのよ。自殺に見せかけて。
俺はそんなヘマはしない。俺ならお前を殺した後でタイムリープする。お前の死はなかったことにできる。
私は
FB から返事が来ないと言ってこの部屋で死んだような顔をしていたのはどこのドイツだ。 もう何日来ていない。FB からの連絡は普段はどのくらいの頻度で来ていて、いつから来なくなった？
I keep the questions coming. Need to pile on the pressure.
毎日連絡を。でももう10日近く。
No, Samus, don't shave and join Beardy's, only beards. There you go.
10日も連絡が来ていない。そうだな。
Moeka looks up to me with pleading eyes.
私、裏切れないよ。
お前は裏切られたんだよ。
FB を信じてる。
お前は切り捨てられた。利用されるだけされてな。もう用済みということだ。
FB はそんな人じゃ。
だったらどんな人なんだ？
お母さんみたいに私に優しくて、私はやっと心地いい居場所。
Like a mother? FB is a woman? I expected an evil-looking old man like you see in movies, but I guess I was wrong.
悩みを相談したり、いつもすぐに返事くれた友達みたいで、でも包み込む優しさがあって。
会ったことは？
Moeka shakes her head weakly.
会ったことがない。お母さんみたいで友達みたいで、お前にとって心地いい居場所だったのに。
Damn, if they had met, I've gotten Moeka to lead me to her.
ラウンダーは互いの正体隠すのがルールで。
連絡は取り合っていたのに一度も会ったことはない。確かに会うのはルール違反かもな。だがお前は FB が好きで会ってみたかった。違うか？
違うよ。会ったら幻滅される。だから会いたいなんて思わない。
会いたいと言われたことは？
一度もないし、言ったこともない。
その様子だと電話もしたことがないな。
Moeka turns away, then she nods faintly.
避けられているとは思わなかったのか？そこまで親身になってくれた優しい女上司がお前に会おうとしない理由は本当にルールだけか？そしてなぜ連絡をよこさない理由を考えてみろ。
That hit home so way too hard when compared to where he used to be.
振り込め詐欺と同じだ。お前は騙されていたんだ。
Are you feeling for her now,
悪く
Mim?
言わないで。そんな人じゃない。
連絡が途絶える前、最後のメールはどんな内容だった？
IBN5100 を指定場所に置いておけ。
IBN 5100? Moeka, you fool! You let your tongue slip. 2 weeks ago, FB told her to leave the IBN 5100 at a drop point. That means she already had it in her possession at that time. I recall how Moeka kept bombarding me with questions about the IBN 5100. I might have let it slip that I found the computer at Yanabayashi Shrine. After that, she sent her D-mail. The world line changed. The lock was broken on the shrine's storehouse door. IBN 5100 was gone. These facts point to one conclusion. She sent herself the location of the IBN 5100. Now that I know, it seems so obvious. If only I hadn't trusted Moeka. If only I hadn't seen through her lie. If only I had seen through her lies. But no, I played right into her hands. I was the tool's tool. I almost burst into self-deriding laughter. I desperately hold it back and keep a straight face.
その場所はどこだ？
コインロッカー、大ビル前の。
Coin locker in front of Daibiru. Wait, isn't that where Lukiko hid the IBN 5100 on the previous world line? Is this another effect of convergence? Can I retrieve the IBN 5100 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. Remember what happened with Lukiko? The invisible force of convergence is keeping the IBN 5100 away from me. If I want to get it back, I need to cancel Moeka's D-mail. I know the message already reached my goal. Moeka starts crying softly. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Moeka's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. I take Moeka's phone out of my pocket.
携帯を使わせてもらうぞ。
Moeka slowly gets up. She wipes her tears and fixes her hair and clothes. Her wavy hair obscures her face from this angle, so I can't make out her expression. She doesn't react to what I said. Even though I'm no longer restraining her, she doesn't try to attack me and take back her phone. I open Moeka's mailbox and search for the D-mail. It takes about 3 minutes. I finally find it. 3 mails from Moeka's own phone, each 12 characters long, sent on August 4th and received on July 31st. Retro PCs at Yanabayashi Shrine. Just as I suspected, Moeka changed her D-mail. In the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send the cancellation mail.
今、ラボにいるか？
心配させんな。
Honestly, I'm surprised she didn't try to call us in all that time.
心配してくれていたのか？
どう見ても死亡フラグ立ってたから、無事なのが驚きよ。
今どこにいる？
ちゃんとラボで待機中。
もう一度 D メールを送る。準備を頼む。
Maybe we're close to the ending. I have a flowchart on my other monitor just so I can check and grab all the extra scenes so that you can see as much of this game as possible. From that flowchart, we are only like halfway through the game. Close to ending the stream. Yes, that I think so. My bad.
タイマー設定は
31日の11時頃に着くように設定を。
He just didn't want to sound pushed. You are by no means obligated to stay here, Samus. I know you want to see the ending, but you are not obligated to stay. If you need to get sleep, because it is, geez, it's past 11. While Chris, who calculates the hours, I type the mail. It says, "Do not go. Not at Shrine. It's a trap." I address the mail to the phone wave. Name subject to change.
準備 OK。
よし、起動してくれ。
起動した。
It's a TARP. Press the send button. Mail starts sending. Hey, Solar Liquid, how are you? Reading Steiner should activate, this time for sure. Brace myself for the incoming vertigo.
ダメだ。なぜ変わらない？
また間違い？
いや、そんなはずはない。
Been playing Halo on PC lately. That's one of the things I wanted to try. Halo's such like a well-known franchise, and I was never an Xbox person. But I've played a bit of Halo just at friends' places, and when it came on Steam, that was something that I was like, oh, that's something I should pick up and try. Because it has been enjoyable in the few times I played it. Why isn't it working? What the hell's wrong this time?
最初の D メールの内容は
柳林神社に IBN5100 があると知らせるものだ。今のメールでそれは罠だと否定したんだが、もう一度別の文面で再送を。
待った。 D メールの面倒な部分についてはロト6の実験で検証済みでしょ。
Friend gifted to you for your birthday 2 days ago, so you decided to play? Nice, happy belated birthday, Solar. The Lotto 6 experiment. Sent myself the winning numbers, but the past me didn't buy the ticket. Instead, he gave the winning numbers to Lukako.
D メールを読んだ人間がその通りに行動するかどうかは個人の資質に影響される。桐生って人は神社に IBN5100 があると知らされた。直後にそれを否定するメールが来ても構わず神社へ行ったという推測が導ける。
否定するメールを信じなかったか、あるいはクソ真面目に否定されても念のために調べてみたかということか。
Glance at Moeka. She's still hanging her head, but her tears have run dry. I wonder if she's listening.
厄介ね。神社に調べに行くことにリスクが発生すると伝えても聞いてくれなかったっていうことだから。
より強制力の強い文面にするしかない。神社に行くのを禁止させるぐらいの。
どうやって？
That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? Should we consider other
例えば
possibilities?
7月30日のお礼と D メールを送り、先に
Seen the anime of this and you can say you liked it a lot.
回収させ
I
ると
have
いう方法は
also seen the anime, and it is a fantastic anime, and also a pretty fantastic game.
その日のあんたは IBN5100 に興味があったのか？
With maybe just a bit too much fan service. I don't remember there being this much fan service in the anime, but I also watched the anime like... Oh, how many years ago was that? 7 or 8 years ago, something like that? When did I start caring about the IBN 5100? Can't remember. Fine, that's out. So how do I convince Moeka to listen? At that moment, an electric shock runs through my brain. 2 initials.
FB だ。
You haven't finished the visual novel, you don't think you will? Watching others play because you're too lazy. Yeah, it is quite a long visual novel. Streaming makes everything longer, but trying to think how many hours we put into this. This is episode, what, 23? Each episode would do about 2 to 2.5 hours. There's like 44, 45 hours.
何？
萌歌の上司、依存の対象。FB からのメールなら無条件で信じるはず。
その FB とかいう人の携帯持ってるの？
いいや、会ったことさえない。
Watched in grade 6 in 7 years during grades. Yeah, because I was trying to think, like, I know I watched it some point in university. I can't remember exactly when it was, but probably sort of like the middle of university. And I graduated university... it'll be 6 years this spring? So probably like 8, maybe 9 years.
話にならない。
少し時間をくれ。
また待たせるのか？私はずっとラボに泊まり込んでるからいいけど、あんまり無茶しないで。
For your health, you're gonna call it in 30 minutes. Sounds good, Samus's. Honestly, I think we'll be done soon. I think we're on the right track to figuring out how to reverse this message, and I think once we do, that is going to be where we call this stream. So even after prying answers out of Moeka, there's still more work to be done. Fate really seems to love getting in my way. Alright, to break out of this world line, I need FB's identity and location. I call Moeka's name. She finally looks up. I drop her phone onto her lap. She accepts it with a confused expression.
FB を探すことになった。
Moeka grips her phone, but she doesn't look at the screen. I sigh deeply. I need to get as much information on FB out of her as I can.
お前はどういう経緯でラウンダーに？
Honestly, I couldn't care less. I hate having to stand here and talk with the woman who killed Mayuri. Hugging her phone to her chest, Moeka retrieves her glasses and puts them back on.
4年前死のうとしてた。
Her voice is a barely audible whisper. For a moment, I'm surprised she's not talking by mail.
何の希望も持てなくて、何もかもが嫌になって。
原因は？
特にこれっていうのは。
Expression is blank, lifeless, like always. Behind her glasses, her eyes are red from crying. They're the only trace of emotion on her doll-like face.
小さなことがたくさん積み重なって、もともとこんな性格だし。
家族は？
Moeka shakes her head a little. She has none, I guess. I don't bother asking whether she ever had parents. It doesn't really matter.
自分の部屋で睡眠薬大量に飲んで、でも死ぬのを失敗して、そこにメールがラウンダー募集って個人宛てじゃなくて一斉送信の。
Isn't that spam? The Rounders really recruit like that?
私はどうでもよくなってた。だから気づいたら返信してた。そしたら連絡が来たの。FB から。それからずっと FB の指示に従ってた。
ずっとこの秋葉に？
Moeka shakes her head.
3ヶ月前まで名古屋、その前は横浜、その前は。
Rounder's chief duty is to acquire IBN 5100s. Guess they had her traveling all over Japan, digging up info on retro
これまで
PCs.
に IBN5100 をいくつ見つけた？
一台も。
No results? Sound like CERN is spending a whole lot of effort for not much return. I sighed deeply once again.
お前はこの後どうするつもりだ？ただ絶望に打ちひしがれて予定通り自殺するか？抗おうとは思わないのか？
抗う。
Even as I asked the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This world line has already approved her death. She's in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. I know that, yet I ask the question.
FB はお前を利用し見捨てた。それを認めろ。その上で FB に対してどうしたいと考えているんだ？
Moeka looks down.
利用されていたとしても、私の居場所そこしかなかったから。初めてだった。生きてきた中で自分が必要とされたこと。 FB が居場所を与えてくれたの。私にその居場所を守るためなら、生きがいを与えてくれた FB を守るためなら、 何だってする。
お前は救いようのないバカだ。
I stand
だ
up.
ったら依存したまま死んでいけ。お前の死は確定している。
Is it snack time?
だが俺
No, I will
は
probably have a snack after this stream.
世界の
Or
思い
bed.
通りになっていいとは思わない。だから徹底的に抗う。
You have me on your phone and your computer because you're about to head to the kitchen. In exact stereo and it's weird. I got your message, Mim. Mim, how are you not in bed? It is 4:30. Yes, I have the thing of... I read the messages from the bottom up instead of top down. Because it's just easier for me to see when a new message appears. And hard to see, like, just going down, like, oh, I've read these, but not this one. So I just start at the bottom and go up. This game is like camping and you're dumb and you love your friends. No matter what, I will save my Uri. Just a little bit more. Can't give up now. Okay, well, we had like a natural cut there. So I think we're going to call it, because I don't know how much longer this is going to take, to be entirely honest.